Hey guys. So, before we move forward, we have to pay homage for something, right? So, on March 1st, they just announced this and gave like an official letter. Akira Toriyama passed away from it was an acute homage in the brain, I believe. Now, if you don't know who he is, just by the name, but like it sounds familiar, you know his work. So he's responsible and the mastermind behind the entire Dragon Ball series. And for a lot of us, that was the original bodybuilding motivation, right? When we were, especially like around my age, we were watching Dragon Ball when we were kids, and it started with Goku as a kid, and then Goku grew up, and we grew up. He overcame challenges, we overcame challenges, and man, it's a sad thing for a lot of us, man. So we had to pay homage to him for what he gave us, and a show that'll live on in eternity. I'm sure they're going to continue it. I know they're working on the new series, but here's a man that this is one of my favorite things about entrepreneurship. Here's a man that had a concept in his brain, an idea. That's all. Ideas aren't real until you make them real. He worked at it, formulated it, and quite literally changed the world with it. You'll have anime series nowadays still, where they'll mimic a couple scenes in Dragon Ball. You know what I mean? Not in a funny type of way, in like a look, we're doing it in respect, not in respect. There's never a negative annotation to it. It's just kind of, how do I phrase it, man? I don't know, call it paying tributes to the original people that helped put anime on the map for the average person. Because you'll see a character like Naruto or something do like a Dragon Ball Land, or like a shadowing Kamehameha, things like that. But just fun little Easter eggs is the best word for it. Little Easter eggs. Just connecting these other shows. And it's all in good fun because everybody loves all of it. So, in dedication to Mr. Toriyama, we're going to have ourselves a Super Saiyan style leg day today. We're going to get after it, give it our all. And if you remember what Goku said to Gohan in the time chamber when they were getting ready to fight Cell, it was a true Super Saiyan eats everything on his plate, right? So, it's about 9:30 in the morning right now. 3 meals deep. Meal 1 was my, wake up, pre-wake up meal, I guess you could say. You know what I mean? Where we got up, had a meal, went back to bed. That meal was 14 egg whites, and then 2 cups of chocolate milk. So, call it 420 calories in the chocolate milk, about 300 some odd calories, a little more, from the egg whites. From there, we went back to bed for a little bit, got up. I had 2 cups of white rice. I like really lean protein sources before I go to the gym because it digests quickly and it gets in my body fast. And I like to get a lot of food in me right away before I get there, so I want it all to be in my muscle. So it was 2 cups of white rice and a banana. I didn't have any pineapple juice left today, so I just didn't have any. And an additional 14 egg whites. Now, and one of those, I justified having one of those Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. Not the actual Starbucks ones, the ones that you find at like 7-Eleven, where it's really just a latte, and they're just not saying that, but it's just espresso and milk and chocolate. From there, we had meal 3, which I posted on my Instagram, and that was around 9:15, something like that. 2 cups of pasta, an additional 14 egg whites because I like those lean proteins in the morning, like I was saying. And the sleeve of Pop-Tarts, the 2 Pop-Tarts. But I had those in the car, not with the meal. I had those shortly after in the car. It's called 10 minutes afterwards. That's what we're working with now, man. So we're going to go to the gym, fueled up on that, ready to go, ready to kill it, ready to have an awesome workout, a Super Saiyan style leg day, baby, and you can't, when you're getting ready for the Cell games, man, you can't half-ass it, And there's no reason that each and every one of us can't be this world's Mr. Satan. Because he was the best at the World's Martial Art Tournament. But, that was before our boys came in there. But, he's also, God, or in a way we want to be Vidal, because we know Vidal could kick Mr. Satan's ass. Up and down the block. Even though we never really saw a prime Mr. Satan. That is a big hawk. Holy shit. I love seeing them in the air. That was a big boy. Had like a 3-foot wingspan, just checking something out. Trying to get something. So anyway, I wanted to make sure we paid appropriate homage to Akira Toriyama, because he's a man that deserves it. I'm hoping that they respect his wishes and continue to do Dragon Ball the way it's always been done. Fortunately, anime is good with that. Anime never gets political, or anime never gets, pushing agendas, this, that, and the next thing. Matter of fact, when people were backlashing Dragon Ball, saying, like, you need more, like, black characters, whatever. And Akira Toriyama goes back to them and says, this is the show we're making for us, not you. Like, we're making the show the way we want to make the show. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Plain and simple. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Because when you care about the quality of what you're making, instead of appeasing a bunch of masses, you end up with phenomenal material. That's why movies used to be better. That's why shows used to be better. That's why the world used to be better, man. But we're looking toward a brighter future, which is a beautiful thing. There's optimism right around the corner. You just got to keep hanging there a little bit longer. A little bit longer, man. But I'm excited to smash a leg day today. I'm grateful it wasn't a rest day. Nor would it have been. But just after finding that stuff out, you want to commemorate it somehow. In a positive way, obviously. So, we're going to smash a leg day for the man today. And aside that, we have other plans later. We're going to a comedy club and stuff with a couple of the boys. Just to break it up a little bit, I can't remember the last time I was in a comedy club. I've been to comedy shows, but a comedy club, I don't think, ever. They have a 2-drink minimum, too. And my training right now is going phenomenal. So I don't want to put any alcohol in my system. So I'll probably end up just buying 2 shots and just leaving them on the table. Some people might say, like, oh, it's a waste of money. Why would you do that and waste the money on it? If I have to buy them, then I have to buy them, right? If it's a 2-drink minimum, I have to buy them. But I'm not going to give them a hard time about that. If there's a minimum, no problem, sure. Let me get 2 drinks, I'm not going to drink. Let me get 2 shots. Leave them on the table. If one of the boys wants them, they can have it. If not, whatever, doesn't matter. But for those of you just saying, but it's a waste of money, why don't you just drink it? Why don't you just have the drinks because you're spending the money anyway? Here's what you're forgetting. Is that when you're an athlete, or even in general, alcohol is garbage for you. It's the worst poison you could possibly put in your body, besides actual poison. There is not one good thing alcohol will do for your body. Even the whole cliche of 1 glass of red wine a night is good for your heart, That was disproven a million times over. It's just not good for you. It's poison for your whole body. So, that being said, just because I need to purchase it, I'd rather throw away a rotten apple from the grocery store when I realize it was rotten when I get home than going, oh, it's a rotten apple, I guess I have to eat it now, and then you get sick. Will 2 shots make me sick? Of course not. But the point is, just because there's poison in front of me that I paid for doesn't mean it'll do me any favors to consume it. It's worse if I consume it. So I wasted the money on it, and then I consume poison. So why don't I just negate that as much as possible, right? I'll buy the 2 cheap drinks, grab 2 shots of vodka, whiskey, whatever, maybe 2 whiskeys, and I'll sip on it a little bit because I do love a good whiskey. I'll finish maybe half a shot, just enjoy it once in a while. But aside that, man, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. When you're an athlete competing to try to be some of the best in the world, it's not, you can't be partying and doing the things that everybody else is doing. Not just your competition, because your competition's not doing it or whatever, but, man, you got to remember that you owe it to yourself to not be doing these things. You say you deserve greatness, but then you're not going to do what the great people have to do. You say you want to be in shape, but then you're not willing to diet. You say you want to get stronger, but you're not willing to lift heavy. You say you want to separate yourself from the masses and break out of the matrix. But then you're still at clubs throwing your hands up and idolize somebody that has no idea you even exist. And nor do they care. There was Andrew Tate says a lot of good things. I like that guy. Like him a lot. Big fan. There was something he said that stuck with me a lot, where he was talking about clubbing and so on and so forth. Because people just idolize these random people like gods and don't do anything with their lives. Now, he was talking about if you were a cancer patient, right, and you needed $1, one singular dollar that you didn't have to afford the treatment, and you wrote a letter to these people that you've idolized forever, giving them all your money, you worship them, they would never give you that dollar. They wouldn't even know you exist. They wouldn't reply, they wouldn't answer, they wouldn't anything for $1. If you asked a homeless person, this is now I'm just adding on to it, but if you asked a homeless person saying, hey sir, I need $1 or I'm going to die, they'd go, here's everything I have. You know what I mean? And that's it. And it might just be $1. But the point of it, man, the point of it is that when you spend your life idolizing others and giving into the social norms of everything without being willing to do that same thing for yourself, then how do you expect greatness? Why do you deserve it? Why do you deserve anything better than a normal life if you spend every moment of your life living a normal life? The greatest people in the world, the wealthiest people, the most successful, the best in shape, the best everything, they've suffered far more hours than you could ever comprehend. They've suffered their entire lives to get to this highlight reel that you now see. And they'll mention it once in a while, but you forget about it, You just go, you look at LeBron James, right? And you see, oh my God, he's so good at basketball, he's lucky, genetics, he's good at the sport, blah, blah, blah. And then he'll talk one day about how he wakes up at 3 in the morning, does 100 free throws, and then has breakfast. Which, I don't know if that's true or not. I'm just spitting facts. Not facts, I'm just spitting words, right? And you'll go, wow, that's an inspirational story. That's cool. I should work harder. And then what happens is you forget about that story, and you don't. And you look at LeBron James again and go, wow, that guy's awesome, he's lucky. Because you forget about the hardships, And nobody's going to sit here and milk the hardships. I can tell you every hard thing I've gone through in my life, and it's a brutal story, but it doesn't matter. What matters is what you see and what you want to connect with. I can tell you about all the pain and suffering and family and everything that I've gone through, but it doesn't matter. You know, it takes a special kind of struggle to cultivate a successful mind. A lot of struggle and a lot of time. And I believe the more struggle you go under, the less time it takes to cultivate a successful mind. It's kind of like boiling water, I guess. It's a good analogy, I like that. Cultivating a successful mind is like boiling water. The more stress, the more heat you're under, the quicker it takes to cultivate a successful mind. If you're under a mild heat, eventually it'll boil, maybe. But when you're under intense heat for a bit of time, and that stays consistent, that's how you become successful. You overcome that, and then you'd be amazed what you can achieve. You'd be amazed, man. But without that stimulus, it doesn't happen. The boiling water analogy, I like that. John Panetti, patent pending. So, we're right about approaching the gym. We are plenty in our expressway threshold to slam down this pre-workout. Cheers, my friends. Ooh. Okay. That one's under control today. We're good. We're good. Oh, baby. Whew. Smash that. We're gonna go smash that workout, and I'll see you guys inside. Alrighty, so, horizontal leg press, baby. They moved everything around, which is really, really nice. They did a great job. Normally when stuff gets moved around, it's kind of a pain in the butt, but the way the machines were positioned in here was they kept just getting more and more pieces, and like, this will fit there, that'll fit there. So it's nice that it's organized now. You can walk around without tripping over things. But I had a mini heart attack. I thought they got rid of my favorite leg press. I saw a giant square where it used to be. After some searching, I found it. With a horizontal leg press right here. One of the best things to build up those quads. We did the warm-up set, 2 plates already. Here's the prop set on there now, 4 plates. Do that for a good 8 reps. I like to give this one a little bit more reps for the prop set than normal. So we'll do 6 to 8 on here, and then we'll throw 6 plates on there and get after it for real. Whew. But for now, it's prop set time, baby. Ooh. Oh boy. Ooh, it's a humbling machine. Move. 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 Nice, sweet, to the point. I felt it for sure, but it didn't tax all my energy. So we're gonna take a rest. Ooh, put some more weight on there and get back to it. Get a little water on us. I think we're ready. Target's 8. Let's see what we get. Felt the knees a little bit on that last one because I'm just still super tight. But it'll be alright. It'll be alright. And if it's not, we'll stop. Whew. Let's lock in, baby. Whew. Excuse me. Maybe up a little bit. That might help my knees. Okay. We're in business, baby. Ooh, stop the shaking. Ooh. Give me 2 more. going Super Saiyan today, right? Let's fucking go. You guys can shut off the camera. I'm gonna take a nap for a second. Ooh, boy. Shit. Okay. These are done. Head over to the RDLs once my legs can move us again. Hey guys. That might be a smidge high. Maybe that's better. Round 2. Hey guys. Leg day is finished. We haven't been in the posing room with you guys for a minute, so that's a good time. Great workout, smashed it. It was a Super Saiyan leg day indeed. I believe we did our man justice. So without further ado, let's see what we look like, huh? Whew. Oh, okay. Ow. That explains why that hurt so much on my back. Upper body looks good. Of course, it's a little flat because we got the blood in our leggies. So let's see if it's worth it. It's worth that flat upper body, huh? Okay. That's not so bad. They feel good, but they feel like they need more food. It's kind of hard to explain how you can know what a muscle needs, kind of just how it feels. But I'm gonna rip my pants if I try to do that. Calves look good. I'm not sure if you can see them. If you can't, they look great. If you can, agree with me, please. But not seeing so many lines in our legs anymore, at least today, because they're full of blood, which isn't a bad thing. It's to be expected. But man, I'd say that was a great leg day. We're gonna smash an arm day tomorrow morning. That's gonna be fun. Ooh. Grow these babies a little bit. But aside that, man, I can tell my legs they need some food today. They need to be fed. I don't know why they're starving so much, but you know, if they're hungry, we're gonna feed them, baby. And on that note, I'll see you guys tomorrow.